Welcome to A&M Reviews. I'm Skybear, and I'm here with my buddy Sal. What's up, Sal?
Not much.
And before we get into it, keep in mind there will be spoilers up ahead, so watch out for that.
You've been warned.
Alright, so today we will be reviewing the 1517 to Paris, the new Clint Eastwood directed movie.
Yeah.
Alright, so what did you think about this movie, Sal?
Okay, first of all, for everybody who wants to go see it, remember, this is not like an action movie that it basically, I want to say that it focuses more on the characters and how they became to be who they are. It's basically of what led up to the event instead of the actual event. So, right. In that sense, I actually enjoyed the movie, but sometimes it was a little slow.
Yeah, no, I agree. I felt the movie was a bit slow in times, and I feel like, I don't know, we could have, picked up the pace somehow, or, just like cut it out or something like that.
Or condense it a little bit, because there were some scenes that are just standing there like, yeah, selfie time. And I'm like, okay, I mean, I get it, selfie time.
That was actually one of my problems with the movie, was like, in that whole portion, that character's dialogue was all, like, this is one of the best friends, one of the, trio in the group. His whole dialogue when he's touring Europe with his friend is just, let's take a selfie, or, I think we need to get a selfie right now. Like, that was it.
Yeah. That was one of my issues too. Is like, okay, the other guys are more concerned about other things and not just about themselves. And he's like, oh, time to Instagram, time to take a selfie. And I'm like, I understand the whole point about that. Maybe the character's not like that. Maybe they're just trying to put it in there to make people giggle a bit and be like, oh, look, it's like any other person who takes selfies.
Yeah,
or maybe that was just his character, but at the same time, it's like, why do you have to drive it so much in? Like, one time would be enough, just showing him holding the selfie stick, and that's it.
Yeah, and I don't know, I also felt like the movie was just really oddly paced.
Yes, the whole point of how they were... Okay, what bugged me too was it basically centers around one of the guys, the main person who tackled the attacker. And it was from his, I want to say from his point of view, like how once everybody split up, we didn't hear anything about the other two. We didn't focus on them. We only saw them when he talked to them on Skype and stuff like that. So For me, the whole movie was just focused on that guy. Mm. He wanted to prove himself. He wanted to do something, and every time he got shut down, he wanted to do something, he couldn't do it. And he got to the point where he got fed up. And he's like, I can't do anything. And every time I want to help, they just tell me I'm not good enough. And I was like, okay, I know some people like that. I have a friend who really wanted to serve in the military and do something, but then there was an issue, and he couldn't do his dream. He couldn't fulfill it. So in a sense, I understand what he was going through, because I saw it happen to my own friend, and it kind of hurts him, but it hurts me too, seeing like, hey, he just wanted to do something good, but because of that test that he failed, he couldn't do it, and they gave him the option. Here's the list, pick any other three. It's like somebody just like hitting you really hard in the stomach. It's like,
yeah.
And that's how I saw the movie, that it was him proving to himself that God, well, this is basically what I saw, that it's basically something like they were always being religious, and he was praying and all that. So in his mind, God had a destined plan for him since the beginning. And like they said, oh, should we go to Paris? Oh, well, nobody really, talks good about Paris. We just stay in Amsterdam. And I'm like thinking like, okay, this is basically them trying to say, hey, see, we still got on the train because it was meant to be. And when they say it was meant to be, it's, God made us do it kind of thing. So I'm like, okay, I could have done without the religious part, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, I guess it's them because that's what happened. So, okay, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I think also like what the problem too was some of the writing.
Yes.
I just felt like some of the dialogue just really stuck out, and it's like, really? Someone said that? Or, and like, they entirely could have said that, but there's just like some moments where, like, especially in the beginning with the kids, where it's like, my God is bigger than your statistics. And it's like, who wrote that?
Yeah. And the other thing was, it was based on a book that it was written by all four people. It was the three guys, and then the French guy, I think, the passenger on the train. Right. So it was based on that book. And I guess the book went by chapters touching upon each character. But it was funny how I don't know if it was Clint who made the choice, but like, yeah, let's omit the other guy and just focus on the three guys, the American people. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay,
Well, I
that's
think that
kind of
also like tied in with that line of dialogue where they were talking about how Hitler died here with the Russian forces enclosing on him instead of
yes,
you know, and the dude was like, but it's like you Americans can't take credit every time evil is defeated,
yes.
and it's like, oh, that's exactly what just happened with this movie.
And also the at the end when he's helping the other guy, he's like, "Oh, what's your name? What's your name? Where are you from?" And he's like, "Did he say something like
Virginia.
Virginia?" Oh yeah, you're American. I'm an American too. I'm like, oh, that was kind of like, did you really say that? I'm like, that just makes us seem like it's all about us, like it's all about America.
Yeah. Although I don't know about that moment because I mean, like I don't know like how dramatized this movie is, right? Because I haven't read the book and I don't know,
But you agree
like
that
the
that line
details
was
of
kind of
events.
awkward, right?
Yeah, but that's why like I don't know if those two people actually said that to each other though. You know?
Oh no, 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 yeah, but I'm just talking about in the movie. It kind of felt like a weird line to say at that time, and I'm like, if it wasn't really said,
Mm-hmm.
then I didn't. I mean, it kind of felt weird for them to put it in the movie. Maybe they did say it, maybe they didn't. But if they didn't, why was it in the movie? It kind of felt weird because the guy's like, "You're dying, I'm helping you," and then he gets all cheerful, like, "Oh, you're an American too." Then even more reason to save your life. No, it's like, even though he didn't say
Yeah.
that, I'm just making a joke.
Yeah, and the other thing that I thought was off was just the three guys because of their acting, and like I'm sure they did their best, but
Yeah,
sorry, I just feel like they just didn't quite hit the marks.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they did do so, like a training course in acting before. Because I mean, if I was Clint, I would have been like, yes, send them to acting school for a bit before they start doing the movie, and then until they get better, that's when I'm going to say, okay, now you're ready for the movie.
Yeah, and then also same with the child actors too. I wasn't really feeling that they were particularly very strong. However, I could just be spoiled by Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, I think we are spoiled. Like child actors are child actors.
Yeah, that's why.
The other point, the same thing is like, if the two soldiers and the friend went to acting camp and this is the best they can do, and I'm okay with it. But if they didn't, you should have gone and send them, get them, familiar with some acting skills and stuff like that. Because some of the scenes were really kind of bland, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I was always telling myself, this is the real guy. This is the real guy. Okay, these are the true heroes. Okay, that's why they're in here. Just keep doing that. And that's why I think all the commercials were like, putting it out there. These are the real guys that were in it. So,
Right.
yeah. So, yeah, that also played a little bit into my rating. So, just letting
Mm.
you know about that.
Yeah. Overall, I thought it was a fine movie, or at least decent. But I don't know. I didn't feel like it was overall very special.
Yeah.
As hard as that may sound, but yeah. But anyway, I don't know. I say like I give this like a 5.5, 6 out of 10.
I want to go from a 6.5 to a 7. And the thing is that what really got the extra point for me was that it's Clint Eastwood giving the real heroes a chance to be in a movie. And that kind of, like, I was going to give it the same rating you did, but for a director to basically say, hey, let's put the real people in the movie and
Mm.
give them the spotlight instead of another actor taking the light for them, give them more reason to be proud of themselves. And I was like, okay, that's why I gave it a little extra point, even though the acting was not like that good. The story itself, I liked it because it basically went from when they were kids and how he got to this point. The thing that I didn't like about it, which I didn't give it a higher rating, was the whole action scene at the end was just few seconds. Even though I'm not taking anything away from it, it was a horrific thing. But I'm saying like all that just for that time, people might see it on the commercial and be like, this is going to be an action movie. So for those people who think it's going to be an action movie, don't think that way. This is about what led up to those few seconds, and it's a split second decision of either to act or not to act. That's the main point of the movie. That's why I gave it 6.5 to 7 out of 10.
Yeah, and I feel like for me that I was only engaged once we got to, the train sequence.
Yes.
But every other time, like I feel like the movie just wasn't fully engaging for me. So, Yeah, that's why I gave it my rating.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can see your point, but for me, it was just basically the fact that the actors were not just Hollywood actors; it was the real people that gave it a more personal touch. And I think Clint was taking a big risk with that, and it might be a mixed review for critics. Like you can see it between us. I enjoyed the fact that they put him in there, even though it brought the movie acting down. It didn't intrigue you as much. It made you kind of zone out a few times, but at the same time, for me, it was worthy going to see a movie about the actual guys and they're reenacting what they went through, kind of thing. But other people really wanted just to see a movie to enjoy, and with Clint, we expect that from him. Showing really good movies.
So that's it for our review for the 1517 to Paris. And check us out next time when we review Black Panther. Ooh, man, I'm excited for this one, Sal. And remember, social media is in the description, and hit us up if you have any questions.
And remember, keep watching movies.